So you're looking to get a real handle on things, right? Cut through the noise. That's what we try to do here.
Absolutely.
Today, we're digging into the upcoming trial of Tanner Horner. He's the man accused in that really heartbreaking 2022 murder of 7-year-old Athena Strand in Wise County, Texas.
Yeah, it's a tough one. We've been going through the news reports, mainly from FOX4, Dallas-Fort Worth, and also NBC5, Dallas-Fort Worth, just to get a clear picture of where things stand right now.
Right. And our mission, well, it's pretty straightforward. Give you the essential details, the charges, the latest on the timeline, the legal side of things.
Exactly. So you can follow the case without getting lost in all the complexities.
Horner's facing capital murder and aggravated assault charges. And originally, things were supposed to move faster. Jury selection was meant to start this month, wasn't it?
That's right. That was the initial plan. But the defense, they asked for more time to prepare. Understandable, really.
Sure.
And that's pushed the trial back significantly.
Okay, let's unpack that. Maybe go back to the core story first for context.
Good idea. So this goes back to 2022. Athena Strand, she vanished while she was playing outside her home. This was in Paradise, Wise County.
Which is, what, about 30 miles northwest of Fort Worth?
Yeah, roughly. A quiet area, really shook the community.
I can only imagine. And then?
Tragically, her body was found just 2 days later. And the reports we have, they confirmed Tanner Horner, who was working as a delivery driver.
Right, he was in the area making deliveries.
Exactly. He confessed to abducting and killing her.
And the details that came out of those arrest documents were just...
They really were. Horner apparently told investigators he accidentally hit Athena with his delivery van.
While he was on her family's property.
Yes. And his stated reason for what happened next was that he panicked. He was afraid she would tell her father about him hitting her with the van.
So he said he strangled her out of fear.
That's what the confession detailed, according to the reports. It's chilling.
And there's that detail. I remember reading this. The package he delivered to her home that day.
Yeah. It was apparently a Christmas present for Athena.
Just makes it even more heartbreaking.
It really does. It adds another layer of just tragedy to the whole thing.
So, moving to the legal side of it now.
Yeah.
Despite that confession to police.
Right, this is key. Despite that initial confession, when it came to his arraignment, Horner pleaded not guilty.
Not guilty to capital murder and kidnapping.
Correct.
And the stakes here are incredibly high. FOX4 reported the Wise County Sheriff is seeking the death penalty.
Yes, the prosecution is pursuing the death penalty. That decision really underscores the severity of the crime in the eyes of the state.
Now, there's also a change in where the trial will actually happen, right? It's not staying in Wise County.
That's right. A judge granted a motion for a change of venue. So the trials has been moved out of Wise County and into Tarrant County.
And the reason for that, according to NBC5, was basically that Tarrant County courts are, well, better equipped.
Yeah, essentially. Better equipped to handle a complex, high-profile case like this one. It often comes down to resources, security, jury pool considerations, things like that.
Makes sense. And we know the judge.
Yes. The case is assigned to 297th District Court Judge David C. Hagerman.
Okay. And this brings us back to the timeline, which you said has shifted quite a bit.
Massively. That initial plan for jury selection this month is long gone. NBC5 has the new schedule.
Right. What are we looking at now?
Okay, so jury selection is now scheduled to begin on January 29th, 2026.
Wow. 2026.
Yeah. And the final jury selection process is set for April 1st, 2026. And the trial itself is expected to actually start on April 7th, 2026.
So like you said, a huge delay. That means the trial will be happening almost 3.5 years after Athena died.
Exactly. And NBC5 noted that time frame. It might seem long, but honestly, in capital murder cases, especially death penalty cases,
It's not that unusual.
it's really not. There's so much involved. Evidence review, motions, expert witnesses. Both sides need ample time to prepare for something of this magnitude.
And it's important for people listening to understand what a capital murder conviction means in Texas.
Absolutely. Both FOX4 and NBC5 touched on this. If Horner is found guilty of capital murder, the punishment is automatic. There are only two options.
Life in prison without any possibility of parole.
Or the death penalty.
And it's the jury who decides which of those two if he's found guilty.
Correct. The jury makes that sentencing decision in the punishment phase of the trial, assuming there's a guilty verdict for capital murder.
Now, aside from the trial itself, this case actually led to a change in the law in Texas, didn't it?
It did, a very significant one. Texas created what's called the Athena Alert Law.
Named directly after her, what does that law do?
Well, the idea, as FOX4 explained it, is to speed things up when a child goes missing. It lets law enforcement issue a regional alert before they have concrete proof of an abduction.
Ah, okay. So it lowers the threshold a bit, potentially getting information out faster in those critical early hours.
That's the goal, to bridge that gap where maybe an Amber Alert isn't yet warranted, but there's serious concern about a missing child. It tries to mobilize help quicker.
That feels like a really important legacy born from such awful circumstances.
It really is a tangible change aimed at protecting other children.
And look, we know this is an incredibly emotional case. It's impossible not to feel the weight of it, the loss of this little girl.
Of course.
But our focus here, is trying to stick to the factual side, understanding the legal process as it's being reported.
Precisely. Just laying out the developments based on the sources, acknowledging the gravity without adding layers of speculation.
So let's just quickly recap the key points then. The trial for Tanner Horner, accused of Athena Strand's murder, it's delayed.
Right. Now starting April 2026.
And it's moved to Tarrant County. He's pleaded not guilty to capital murder and aggravated assault, even though there was that initial confession.
And prosecutors are seeking the death penalty. In Texas, a capital murder conviction means life without parole or death.
And finally, the Athena Alert Law was created in response to this tragedy, aiming to speed up searches for missing kids.
That covers the main updates from the reporting.
So here's something maybe to think about as you process all this. How does the legal system actually handle cases like this? Cases with so much emotion tied up in them.
Yeah, and what does the timeline tell us? The delays, the procedures. What does it reveal about trying to find justice when the circumstances are just so incredibly difficult and tragic?
It definitely makes you think about the whole process. If you want to keep following this, obviously keep an eye on the news outlets, particularly those in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, as we get closer to that 2026 trial date.
There will undoubtedly be more developments in legal analysis to come.